dusty today, guys. Had a few drinks last night and hungover. So, this might be a little bit erratic and a little bit cut to pieces because it's the kind of intense professionalism you've come to expect from the high-tech outfit that is Crowland Publishing. Alright, so there's loads and loads of DM advice, columns and videos and all the rest of it, but not a whole lot on being a good player. And it's not that you're a bad player and you need to be better. I think terms like that are a bit loaded. But there are ways that you can play that make the DM's life easier, that makes the campaign flow better, and will make you more likely to be invited to the next campaign, that will make you a regular within GM sort of player pools, and honestly just makes the entire experience of an RPG better. Ultimately, what I chose was what I like and what I prize in a player as a DM. So there you go. That's the... You can see we're in for lots of that sort of trailing off. So anyway, let's just get straight into it. 10 tips to be a best player. Number 1, be collaborative. D&D, RPGs should not have a star. Everyone should have a turn in the spotlight, something that comes in from their character hook, something that's specific to their player character class, something that's just for them that they can shine in. Maybe it's the fighter has a big moment of, run, I'll hold them back. Maybe the wizard is like, I speak the ancient language of the Therans, I can, whatever. Something like that. But other than that, there's no star. And you shouldn't try to be one. You shouldn't try and make a character or play a character who's the special king. You should always be looking to fit in and looking to create characters that fit into the world and have links to the world and can be friends with and work with and team up with other player characters. That's what I mean by being collaborative. You are looking always to help other people have fun as you have fun. That is what an RPG is. It is teamwork. Think like you're in a team. That's a bit better. Rough on the hungover ISO. Number 2, know the difference between a hook and a backstory. Han Solo's hook is he's a ruthless smuggler with a price on his head. Han Solo's backstory is he's from Corellia, where he was born an orphan boy, and then he ended up with Lady Proxima, and then he met and fell in love with a young woman called Kira. Together they escaped the... That's a backstory. PCs shouldn't have backstories. PCs have hooks. You are demanding a lot of the DM's time, and you are demanding a lot of the space in the campaign if you bring a big backstory to the DM and say, I want this to affect my character. It is basically forcing yourself into the campaign. And sometimes that might be fine. Sometimes DMs might really, really like backstories and want to use them and want to generate plots with them. Sometimes they don't, and usually they don't because they've got their own ideas, but also because a PC's backstory was the last session. Gaming is interesting because it is an evolving process, an emerging process. Using too much backstory is a writer's tool, and you are not writing a story, you are playing a game. Play the game. Don't get too far into a backstory, just let it flow naturally. And also, your conception of the character will change fairly quickly over the campaign. So what you thought you were doing when you were writing that story is not where you're going to be. 9 times out of 10, you are going to be surprised by your own character. It's part of the fun. Number 3, be fun to game with. You always making up characters who are either like, I'm a dangerous psycho man, or I'm the special unicorn prince. Both of those are aggravating because they're, again, forcing yourself into a mainstay of the campaign, whether or not you're invited to do that. But also, do you get mad if things don't go your way? How you always on your phone? I hate that. When you're always on your phone, yep, I roll 3. Oh, I died. I hate that. It really aggravates me. I don't mind it occasionally. Do you actually roleplay? Do you make an effort to have a character that you bring? Are you being a weird rules lawyer? We'll get to that more. Are you min-maxing and making your own character look incredibly powerful and, intentionally to make other people, especially more narrative gamers, look like they're not pulling their weight in fights? Are you fun to game with? Are you a scold? Are you always bickering? Are you not getting on with people? Even if I 100% agree with someone in my personal life about their politics or their ethics or whatever, I do not prize them at the table if they cannot get on with people. I want people to be able to put it all aside for 5 hours and pretend to be a friggin' elf. Be fun. Be relaxed. It's supposed to be fun. Number 4. Bring snacks. Seriously, that's not a joke. That's bring snacks. But what I really mean by it is help out your other players, especially your poor old DM. You know, like, don't make them chip into pizza. DMing can be quite physically taxing. If I'm paying attention to you, and then you, and then you, and giving you all these intense role-playing experiences, and then shifting my brain into right brain maths, dice, 3 + 7 is, okay, you need to roll an 11, and oh wait, no, I forgot that bonus. It's taxing, it can be exhausting. Help out your DM, but also help out your other players. Give them a ride somewhere. Give them a ride home if it's a little bit out of your way. Help them out. Be a good sport. I really, really like it when players become friends at my table. I think that's fantastic. Try and be that guy. Try and be a friend. Be a pal. 5. Make a PC who is motivated to be in a team and adventure. I've said this before, but it's really, really important. Do not make a lone wolf. Save the Wolverine fanfiction for your Wolverine fanfiction. Even Bending Rodriguez, the robot who wanted to kill all humans in Futurama, had a job and went to it and got on with people. He just was going to kill him eventually. Batman, for a bloody angsty brooding loner, what's happening with him? He's always got an assistant, he's always got a pal, he's always hanging out with someone, he's always raising people. You can have an edgy character, you can have a difficult character, you can have an unlikable character, but you've got to have a character who's going to get on with at least the party. If you need to put eyeliner and dye their hair black, go for it. But most importantly, teamwork. Back to number 1. And part of that is you making a character who's not going to be a physical coward every time there's a bloody fight, who's not going to run away, who's not going to betray everyone, who is not going to just murder every NPC. Oh, it's what my character would do. Chaotic evil. Don't be that person. Number 6. Engage with the plot. Hello, Spooky. My dog has just walked in. And there's a bloody fly flying around. What kind of rinky-dink operation are you running here, man? Turns out the dog ate the fly. Anyway, Spooky is going to be the cover image as a reward for her fly eating. Number 6, engage with the plot. When the DM says, wow, the Pope's crown jewels have been stolen, that is a broad way of, without breaking into just straight out telling you, she's trying to tell you, here's what I got for you tonight, guys. Please take this up. When you are talking to the mysterious nobleman, and he says it would be a shame if someone to recover the scepter of King Midas, because it would mean that the person who had it would be, eyebrow raise, the new queen. Go with that. Accept that. Try and engage with the plot. Try and make your own plots if you have to. But oftentimes the GM has spent time working on this. They are trying to communicate with you. And if they are giving you things to do, catch on to them. And sometimes you can just ask, am we supposed to do this? And the DM might go, well, not up to me. But secretly, they're wanting to say yes or no. So also, if you're a DM, sometimes you can just say yes or no. Don't do that. Sometimes. But you need to engage with it. If the ideas are coming, if the plots are coming, if they're not, ask for them. But if they're not coming, then you've got bigger problems. But that's a different video. But try and engage. Try and pick up on the hints that are being thrown down. It's a skill you will learn as a player, especially if you're new. You will discover it. Also, pay attention to the GM, because they should be, also communicating this to you visually, like, oh, someone has stolen the dread Book of the Dead. That would indicate to me that the GM is trying to indicate to you that the Black Book of the Dead is important. So go after it. Alright. 7 is... what is it? 7 is no rules lawyering. Don't do it. Look, I'm a little bit dyscalculic now. I've got MS, and sometimes there's a sort of a recurring brain fog with that. So sometimes I will just misread numbers. I will just get rules wrong. I will reveal that I have been getting them wrong the entire time. Mistakes happen, so I appreciate. Hey, not sure the rule works like that, or here's how I've done it before. I think that it's a little bit more correct. I can appreciate that, and other players as well can appreciate if you are saying to them, I read the rules a little bit differently than that. Can we talk about that? That's fine. But you must let it drop if the things does not go your way. That's fine. 3, 2, 1. And that's fine. But if things don't go your way, let it drop. Don't niggle at it. Don't get into it. I will listen to someone saying, excuse me, I think. But if someone is like, no, that's not how it works. Oh, it infuriates me. It throws my self-esteem as a DM, which is another video. We should talk about that in another video. But just don't rules lawyer. Just say your piece, and if the ruling goes against you, it's fine. You're fine. You died. Oh no, you died in an RPG. You'll survive in the real world. Okay? Don't be a rules lawyer. It's really annoying. Number 8 is related to rules lawyering. Not everything's going to go your way in the plot as well. NPCs you like are dying. The loot that you want isn't dropping. You're not getting it. You can't find the thing that you want to find. It's just not working out for you. And the thing is that sometimes you can say, oh, I'm getting a little frustrated with the story. I don't seem to be affecting things like I would like to. And the DM might go, actually, you're right. But sometimes the DM might go, you've been doing things wrong, or you've been looking in all the wrong places, or there's going to be a payoff, don't worry about it, can you be patient? So don't demand to be the center of attention all the time. Don't demand everything to go your way all the time. It can be very, very frustrating when you're a DM because you've been working on something and the player is just not interfacing with it the right way. You as a DM wants to fix that. You as a DM are looking to correct that. And if the player suddenly starts to sulk and all the rest of it, it blows up in your face. And again, it can really affect your confidence as a DM. So if you're a player, ask nicely and ask what you're doing wrong as well if something just isn't working out for you. And sometimes you can just ask, DM, look, that decision really, really hurt my feelings, or something like that. Or I really, really liked role-playing with that NPC. Can something happen? Maybe they survived the dragon flame. So work it out, but do not get mad at your DM if things are not working out. The times that you can get mad at your DM are a few, but not being the star is not one. Don't do it because it's aggravating and sad. Number 9, the rules. You don't need to know the rules. I don't know the rules. No one knows all the rules, but you should know your rules. I really like it when I can see a player who has sort of learnt a new thing each session, is what I always recommend to them. Do you know how to calculate your combat bonus? Do you know how saving throws work? Do you know what advantage is? Try and learn a new rule every session. Oh, that's how many dice I roll for Cure Light Wounds. Okay, I get this many dice. I get this many bonuses. Oh, I can do that with the spell. That is not too much of an intellectual challenge. It's just a rule or two each time. You will just accumulate it. Good DMs should be helping you. Good DMs should be guiding you through the process. Good DMs should be engaging with you to learn. Don't let them scold you. If they scold you, they're probably a bad DM. And other players, help new players learn the rules. Don't, overload them with information. Don't demand that they read stuff. Just explain to them. Okay, so what you do here is that you add strength to that number. Okay, and that's your X number. Bang. That's learning the rules. That's helping other players out. Be a good pal. Help players out and be a good pal, because knowing the rules just makes things work so much quicker at the table, so much more fun, so much more interesting when the rules become invisible. And finally, with number 10, accommodating new players is so important. I've been playing this game since the 1980s. I've been around a long time, and it's never been popular as it is now. It's just enormously popular. New people want to play all the time. And you shouldn't be resentful of them. Some people are. You should be really encouraging to them and evangelical to them. And then you should help them out with stuff like what I said before. Help them learn the rules. Help them understand what makes a good character. Help them by example, if they want to be a role player and role play and have a character, you do it too. It's not going to kill you to occasionally just go, "'Tis I, Fenthario, Knight of the East, and I challenge you to a duel, sir." It's pretty easy to do, even if you're not much of a role player in your personal style. Showing how it's done, being kind, forgiving mistakes, so important, because we all need new players. We always do. Really, really make an effort to connect with new players and to treat them well. Okay, I think we've reached the end, and I'm not even going to tell you what that was. And I'm desperately in the need of some aspirin, so I am Reed. This is Crowland Publishing. Tell your friends, and I hope these were useful tips to you. Do you have any tips for other players? Let us know in the comments. Bye now.